I have a confession. In the early years of our marriage, my wife and I did not fully understand that there's an art in communication. And this caused many disagreements and conflicts in our marriage. I would listen to my wife without listening. If I didn't like her tone, I would just tune her out. And sometimes when my wife would get upset, she would go 10, 15 decibels more than she ought to be. But when we learned how to enrich our communication, our relationship drastically got better. And that is why in this video, I will be talking about the E, enrich communication, from my signature Hope Conquers Marriage Enrichment System, which is found in my book, Conquering Distress for a Better Marriage, Transformation that Produces Lasting Change. I'll leave the link in the description. You can grab a copy when you can. And by the end of this video, I am going to show you how you can enrich your communication in ways that your spouse feels loved. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Delroy Fredericks of Hope Conquers Marriage Enrichment, and it's great to have you as you are continuing this series with me. Now, they say communication is the lifeblood of marriage. And it's no surprise that many couples who are in difficult seasons of their marriage have major communication problems. And I've come to realize over the years that communication is not just the words you use, it also includes the nonverbal behavior. And this is amazing because after I've done so much research, you will come to understand that nonverbal communication accounts for about 58% of your total message. Tone makes up about 35% of your message, and the actual words you say only account for about 7% of the total message. This is amazing. And that's why this area causes so much problems, because one partner may say yes, the word yes, with a tone that says no, or a nonverbal action that says no. So, what we have learned over the years is that you have to find a way, if you are going to enrich your communication, to speak truth in love based on Ephesians 4:15. Now, speaking truth in love builds healthy family relationships. And since love, based on 1 Corinthians 13:4-7, is seeking the highest good of your spouse, speaking the truth in love does the same. So you have to figure out ways to communicate any truth in love, and that reduces conflicts and disagreements. Couples sometimes do not communicate truth in love when one person says never or always. Now, if you're guilty of this, I want you to type in the comment section that this is true. You may have heard these phrases before. Sometimes a wife may say, "You never listen to me." Or a husband might say, "You always put me down." Now, it may be true at times that this would have happened. But if a husband or wife could find at least one time that this thing you said always happens or never happens, if they could find just one time that it didn't happen, guess what? That statement is not true. Can you relate? Come on, comment below if you can relate to sometimes saying never or always. You see, if you are going to enrich your communication, it begins with a mindset change. It begins with understanding that the goal of communicating with your spouse must always be to build up so that you and your spouse will grow, according to Ephesians 4:15. Communicating truth in love gives your spouse an opportunity to change for the better. And you got to understand this. And there's one thing that I want to share with you that has helped us over the years. And it's a principle that we learn called leveling and editing. Now, leveling is speaking truth in love. Editing is simply not saying hurtful or negative comments to your spouse. You must understand that not everything you may think you should say. In the Bible, in the book of James, we are reminded, James 1:19, that everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. And this, if you practice this verse, you will see your communication is being enriched. Now, another thing that we learned that dramatically helped us to enrich our communication is what I want to share with you now. It's communicating through love languages. Now, according to researcher John Gottman, they came up with a ratio, a 5-to-1 ratio of positive to negative interactions in any relationship will predict how good that marriage is. Anything lower than a 5-to-1 ratio predicts a poor marriage. So a simple solution to maintaining a positive marital environment is to increase the positive interactions and to decrease the negative interactions. And one of the ways that this can be done is if you understand that the way you communicate with your spouse is not always the way they receive it, because you are not communicating in their love language. The author and psychologist Gary Chapman, he really wrote on this topic. And he said that there's 5 love languages. Words of affirmation. This is like saying things like, I love you. You're an amazing husband or wife. You are looking beautiful today. That's words of affirmation. Sometimes, if that is said, you feel love, so you have to communicate in that style. There's acts of service, doing nice things for your spouse. Example, maybe helping them around the house. A husband can do that. Or a wife, maybe sometimes if the husband is working on his car, maybe she come and hand him a tool. Act of service. Whatever that is, could be a love language for someone. Gifts. Well, we know gifts is something that many of us would understand, but I've come to realize gifts is not always a love language for someone. If you do something nice, it's more valuable than a gift. Physical touch. People with this love language likes to be touched. It can be patting or rubbing or even tickling, things like that. That's how they feel love. So when you're communicating, sometimes communicating and just touching your spouse on the face can truly make a big difference in enriching your communication. And the last love language is quality time, where a person feels loved when you are hanging out with them and spending exclusive times with them. What this does, when you start to communicate through these love languages, it truly enriches your marriage. But here's the thing. Many couples don't know their spouse's love language. So I want to give you a quick task. After you finish watching this video, I want to give you an exercise. I need you to find out what your spouse's love language is. The top 2. And the way you're going to do this is going to be so simple but profound. You want to hear it? You are simply going to ask them. That's it. You're going to ask them. You're going to explain to them that different people have different love languages. Tell me, just tell me, what makes you feel love? Is it when I share words of affirmation? Is it when I do acts of service? Is it when I give you gifts? Is it when, we physically touch, play around, closeness? Or is it when I spend quality time? Let them tell you the order, number 1 and number 2. And when you get the order, you are now going to use that to step up your communication game, to be able to use what you now know to help you to enrich your communication. And when you do that, you will start to see that your communication is getting better, which will help you along the way. Now, we will be continuing this series as the next time we will be looking at C, conflict resolution. And I want to encourage you to be a part of the Hope Conquers Marriage Enrichment Institute. You can explore everything that we offer, including the live monthly trainings and the numerous marriage enrichment training videos to help you along the way. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye.